Top Gun Maverick 4K review. Also, look at my mustache. Right off the bat, I just want to talk about the 4K disc itself really quick. It's flawless. The Dolby Vision is bright and vibrant. The detail is incredible. I mean, I know it's on a phone and you really can't tell, but I mean, like, it is so detailed. And I found the surround sound to be very all around you, and I thought it was a really good at-home mix. I'm not saying anything new here, but it looks incredible. I would say it looks flawless. As far as the special features go, all of it was good, actually. This one right here, this is exclusive to the 4K disc. So as far as like I said, the special features go, there's not very much overlap in the content, and there's hardly any fluff. So there's like a little bit of like promotional fluff, like worthless stuff. But for the most part, all of the special features are super good and worth watching. I've watched all of them. The Lady Gaga video does get a little bit trashy. So because the sequel is so far after the original, he mentions how there's like generations of fans now that they have to try and please. And listen to this.
And I kind of wrote down all the things that I wanted, that how I could deliver for an audience today that I felt would be worthy of that for them. Because you see those faces, and there's generation. I was like, I don't want to disappoint them. I don't want to, I want to.
Anyway, so I can't remember who said it, but this movie has like generations of fans. Like even just in my family, like my dad likes it, my parents like it, the older siblings like it, their kids like it. Like everyone can go to this movie together, except for my baby apparently. Okay, so I've pretty much talked all I want to talk about the disc. Now I'm just going to talk about some of my observations of the movie. First of all, a little bit more about the disc. The 4K scenes, or the IMAX, where the aspect ratio gets bigger, look awesome. But look at this. When he's in the when he's in the Dark Star, and he goes past like 9.7, Mach 9.7, look at that. The glass is melting. I'm going to mute it and push play. Look at that. See that? All right, so tell me honestly if you noticed the glass melting on this part. Also, look at that. Oh. All right, I love this part right here. It's so funny. See if I can hit it. Where am I? I love that. He asks the waitress lady where he is, and the kid says Earth. That's awesome. Okay, on this part, when they are introducing the candidates to Maverick, watch John Hamm's eyes when he gets up next to Hondo here, okay? Okay, watch his eyes. See that? He gets up next to Hondo, and then he looks at him and looks down at his belly. So that is 100% accurate for a military officer to judge their underling physically. So he walks up next to him, he looks at him, he looks down at his belly, and then he looks back up at him. And then Hondo looks over like he's kind of like uncomfortable. I don't know. I'm going to show it one more time. You tell me what you think. I don't know if John Hamm, that's just what he did, or if he's like, I'm playing a military officer and I'm going to like check out this guy's body when I get there. I think that's what it's portraying, and I think that's accurate. I'm going to show it one more time. Okay, watch his eyes. He looks down, then back up, and Hondo's all uncomfortable. All right, well, you be the judge of if you think that's what he's looking at. I think he's looking down at his belly, and he's judging him, and I think that's very accurate for a military officer to do that. Also, look at Miles Teller. Look at that. Look at that specimen. Look, especially right there. Look at that thing. It's beautiful. All right, for all the naysayers about Penny in the movie, saying that she's not a good part of the movie or that she slows it down or kills the pace, I think she is. I think she is an awesome and important part of the movie, and that she lends to Maverick's character development. And I especially like when he's climbing out the window and he says he's never going to leave her again. I think that's awesome, and I think that's a cool Maverick moment. And so people that say that she's not a good part of the movie are wrong. I thought this movie did a really good job of subverting expectations in a cool way. So, for example, in the trailer, where it shows the training and then crash, and then the funeral, it's like, oh man, one of them's gonna die during training, but it turns out, spoiler alert, it's just Iceman who dies. And then same thing at the end in this, during their little Death Star run. Totally think someone's gonna die, especially because they foreshadowed earlier in the movie when he learned about the mission. He goes, somebody's not coming home from this. So they set it up, and then they subvert your expectation by them all living. Also, this line by Rooster here is so awesome. So he says, talk to me, Dad. Talking to Goose, obviously. But then look who immediately talks to him after he says that. Okay.
Now those bandits are gonna be waiting for us when we reach the target. Talk to me, Dad.
Come on, kid, you can do it. Don't think. Just do it.
So my wife actually pointed that out, where he says, talk to me, Dad. And then, so just how Maverick is always saying, talk to me, Goose. So Rooster says, talk to me, Dad. And then Maverick talks to him, and it's just like, you know what? Maverick is totally his new dad. He's his new father figure. So I think that's a really cool subversion right there. Oh, another cool way that the movie subverts your expectations is at the beginning, Tom Cruise getting kicked out of the bar and thrown into the sand. That's usually not something that happens to your hero, your older gentleman hero. All right, so I freaking love this movie, and I think it's nearly perfect. But if there was one part that I had a complaint about, it would be this part, right where he gets replaced. He gets replaced as the teacher, and then he has his talk with Penny, and she's like, "Get your people back. They're your people," or whatever. And then he basically takes an F-18 and then takes it onto a range that's not expecting him and does the run. It's a really cool part, but it really took me out of the movie because I'm like, so he just stole an F-18 and no one was watching it, no one was guarding it. I don't know. So that part did take me out a little bit. Another thing I loved about this movie is actually partially in the part where he steals the F-18. It's that this movie allows the quote unquote old master to actually be an old master and be good at his stuff and still be good, and also pass the torch to the younger generation. Because it seems like a lot of movies nowadays have to degrade the older master and promote someone else, like Star Wars, Last Jedi, for example. And so this movie did a good job of Maverick still being good at what he does and being able to teach it and also pass the torch to a new cast. All right, question. What do Tron Legacy, Oblivion, and firefighting movie Only the Brave have in common? They have the same director, Joseph Kosinski. So when he first did Tron Legacy, I was like, that is amazing. That's like a perfect sequel from a long time ago. And then he did the not super original, but super enjoyable Oblivion, which is like a combination of a whole bunch of sci-fi movies all in one. And it was awesomely directed and had a Led Zeppelin song in it. I was like, wow, this is like a custom-made director for me. And then he came out with a wildland firefighting movie, and I did wildland firefighting for 6 years. And I was like, man, I love this director. And apparently he's like my guy. So, and then he goes and does a sequel to Top Gun, which was, I grew up watching, and I think I probably shouldn't have watched certain parts of it. But this is my very first DVD ever that I was trying to remember when exactly I got it, but I think I got it like 20 to 24 years ago, maybe. But it's not anamorphic widescreen, which means when you play it on a widescreen TV, it's not enhanced for widescreen TV. So it's just like a little widescreen box in the middle. And it only has stereo on here. But I remember when I got this DVD, I was so excited. I've watched this movie a lot, so I was so excited for a sequel. And didn't really want one because I didn't really know what they would do. But this movie is awesome, and Joseph Kosinski is like the guy. So the director for me, I'm excited to see what else he does. So I totally interrupted myself during this review while I was trying to explain all the ways that this movie subverts expectations. I think just this line of dialogue, how it goes here at the end, there's one way you're thinking it's going to go, and then it goes another way that's like, it's like totally could have cried right here if I pushed it. Also, look at the close-up of that mustache. That is magnificent. Okay, so Maverick says this.
Thank you for saving my life.
And what in your brain do you think he's going to say? What do you think he's going to say? He's going to say, thanks for saving mine. But no. Here's what he says.
That's what my dad would have done.
Oh! Goose. Anyway, I love that. I think that's a perfect subversion of how you thought the dialogue was going to go, and it's super touching and amazing. I'm going to cry right now. All right, this has been Top Gun Maverick 4K review. Thank you so much for watching. This disc is unparalleled. It looks great. So thank you for watching. Thank you for looking at my mustache. And let me know what you think of the movie and my takes on it. So thanks for watching, and bye. All right, I actually have one more thing to add. If you ever want to feel ugly and fat and out of shape, watch this movie. Here you go. Here's some frame-by-frame Miles Teller on the beach. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that's not enough to make you feel fat and out of shape and ugly, then nothing will, I guess. And you have great self-esteem. Anyway, thanks for watching. Beer